Deep in the heart of Texas lies the home of Richard Garriott, a video game mogul whose house is a real-life version of the fantasy-filled medieval times featured in his games.
Hey, come right on in. Welcome to my home. I call this place Britannia Manor.
And Richard's pad is a veritable treasure trove of hidden passageways leading to secret rooms filled with oddball artifacts and collections.
You know, I grew up reading things like Lord of the Rings or The Chronicles of Narnia, and it became fascinated with secret worlds. A lot of my games include portals or gateways where this person from Earth finds your way to my fantasy worlds, just like the experience of going through the house.
But before we even find any secret spaces, Richard's house is pretty impressive. It's a multi-million-dollar, 6,000 square foot hilltop manor spread out over 3 stories in Austin, Texas. So far, so normal, right?
If you look at my house, it actually looks like a fairly, relatively speaking, normal house, other than the pirate flags and the gargoyles. The shape of the house is fairly traditional, and the bedrooms are relatively traditional. The hidden rooms and these little secret passageways are where the house transforms.
Once you enter the front door of Britannia Manor, you find yourself standing in the middle of a grand hallway. And we're not the only ones getting a sneak peek at this puzzling house today. Richard's friend Opal is about to get herself entangled in this mansion of mazes.
Okay, you ready?
Sure.
So if you turn around.
Okay.
Now come with me.
Okay.
Now, do you remember where you were? What room were we starting in?
We are in the kitchen. Yes.
Okay, so if you hang on. Now, from now on, you have to be very careful, okay? Take one small step towards me.
Okay.
Okay, now you have to step down about 1 foot.
Hey, why is that a hole in the pantry?
That's the secret.
I'm getting scared.
Well, that's a good thing. Now, stay right there for a second.
Okay.
I got one more secret passageway to enter. Now, if you will wait right here, I'll be right back. Okay, Opal?
Yes?
Take off your blindfold.
Okay, let me see. Okay, where are you, Richard?
Up here, look up, look up.
Hey, how did you get up there?
Well, the question is, more importantly, how did you get down there?
Richard's brought his friend Opal here to his science room, accessed via a hidden secret spiral staircase and trick panels. So while she tries to figure out how to get out of there, Richard's upstairs to show us one of the tricks.
And it turns out the secret lies in the most elaborate of the secret passageways we've built into the house, which involves magnetic sensors that have been recessed into this surface. We drilled up from below into this cabinet, installed a series of 18 of them here, and in this little eyeballs and teeth guy that my mother made me when I was younger, I've installed magnets. And so if I now move this in the correct pattern of the correct sensors, you hear that little click means that we now have access to a secret passageway which is built into this panel.
And this secret passageway is at the heart of Britannia Manor. Literally, it occupies a centrally located hidden chamber that rises the full height of the home and offers access to 4 of the home's secret spaces. But before we check out these rooms, in case you were worried, Opal is fine and found her way out.
Hey, I found it.
Okay, back to our tour.
So there's a little secret entrance into this staircase from all the rooms on all the levels. The most complex part of it was using a crane to lower in the 3-story tall spiral staircase that fits inside of this. Then the fun part, which was figuring out all the little hidden latches and methods to enter that space.
If you follow Richard's secret spiral staircase all the way to the end, you'll find yourself here, in the dungeon.
The dungeon itself is really just done for play. This room is 3 floors below the main house. In fact, this room wasn't even part of the original design. It was one of the first spaces I added in, realizing I needed more space to display the variety of collections that I have. Magical artifacts or skeletal remains or macabre pieces of artwork. You know, the dungeon's just a perfectly good place to display them. The wood panel walls just kind of gave it a sense of an old world feel, plus the stone seemed appropriate for a dungeon environment.
Speaking of appropriate for a dungeon environment, meet Richard's friend, Pedro, a skeleton, just one of Richard's many quirky collectibles.
I've kind of used the story of Pedro to help disguise and hide other kind of secret stashes here. We have grave niches around this room. This one is Pedro's, and it's set up to utilize this object, which is also a magnetic key that I've used to trigger this little grave niche, which is where I have built in a wall safe.
Richard's wall safe counts as a secret space inside a secret space, and the dungeon surprises don't end there.
We've built cabinetry where there might be a hollow, like right here, it's hollow behind here. And so I take the same magnetic key, I happen to know that right there is the secret place to place it, and that releases this latch and lets us in here to something I just acquired quite recently.
This piece is under wraps, but all around the rest of the secret dungeon, Richard displays some of his more curious collections from his travels around the world.
This is actually an ozone generator, and it really does generate ozone. Kind of smells like a thunderstorm. This is a vampire hunting kit. It includes all the essential ingredients for hunting or protecting yourself from vampires, including these silver-tipped quarrels in case we run into werewolves along the way.
But there's more. We haven't seen all that this house is hiding.
Hidden rooms give you something to discover.
And building an even bigger house with the most elaborate secret spaces yet.
There's subterranean passageways, rooms that the whole walls turn around and you end up in a different room than you started in.
And then, how about a kit to make your own secret passageway?
There's a secret switch embedded in the book, and it opens the secret door automatically.
Plus, remember the Munsters? These people do, complete with a secret lab and a hidden phone booth. Next.
You don't need to move out to move up.